Welcome to the Moon Manifesting Podcast with Kyra Howearth. Hi, I'm Kyra, business astrologer, moon manifesting mama, author, teacher, and mentor. I teach you how to harness the energy of the moon, stars, and cosmos so you can manifest your dreams and discover a deeper purpose to your life. Hey there, and welcome back to the Moon Manifesting Podcast. Today, I am coming to you from the Tesla. I'm going to be talking all about how to manifest your dream car. So if you've been following along with me for a while now, you'll know that I was working on manifesting a Tesla for quite some time, and it's finally manifested into my life. And I know that there's been so many of you who've been really excited about this journey of manifesting my dream car. So I really felt inspired to come on here today and to share exactly how I manifested my dream car and how you can too. So I am currently driving around in the Tesla, just navigating my way onto the highway. Apologies for the recording quality may not be as great today as what it usually is, but for the novelty of recording a podcast while driving in the Tesla, it's a good little sacrifice. So okay, let's talk all about manifesting your dream car, because if I can do it, you can too. And this is actually not the first car that I have manifested. Cars just seem to be the thing that I find quite easy and also motivating to manifest. It all started probably back when I got my first car, a Nissan Skyline, and that was like, I don't know, a long time ago now, maybe almost, probably over 10 years ago now. It was a while ago. So I've manifested quite a number of cars over the years. And I've refined the process over the years as I've, discovered things along the way, the things that work and the things that don't really work and that sort of thing. Okay, so the first step when you're manifesting a car, and this is what I'm saying here as well in this episode, like you can apply this to absolutely anything that you want to manifest, whether it's a car, whether it's anything else. You can apply it to anything, okay? But I'm going to be talking specifically today about manifesting cars. So the first step is to set your intention and to get really clear on what it is that you want to manifest. Okay, so for me, for manifesting a Tesla, I didn't actually start off thinking that I wanted a Tesla. I actually had no idea what a Tesla was, had no idea about, any of it. But I did some research into the most vegan-friendly car. So I've been a vegan for over 20 years now, and it's one of the things that I value really, really highly. And I had done some research, and I was a bit concerned about, buying a new car. Like I obviously didn't want leather seats, and there's like other things that I found along the way in my research about cars just not being vegan friendly, not being great for the environment, obviously, and so many things. And so I just did some research first and foremost about the most vegan friendly car, and Tesla was at the top of the list. So that was before I even knew that a Tesla was an electric vehicle. I had no idea about like all the other fancy features that Teslas have. But from that moment, finding it to be the most vegan friendly car, that was the number one driver for me to get a Tesla. So you may also have something that you highly value that you want in a car, especially if you're driving a lot. Like, you may want something that aligns with those values. So getting really clear on what sort of car you want to manifest. First off, do some research. Maybe you have some preconceived notion about the sort of car that you want to manifest. Maybe you want to research into that and see if it's actually what you do want to manifest. You may want to do research into like specific makes and models of cars. So I started off thinking, okay, I'll get a Tesla. And then I did some more research into the different models. And because I have 4 kids and a husband, I figured, well, I'm going to need a bigger vehicle. I need something that has at least 6 seats. So I ended up landing on a Tesla Model X. And that was what I was manifesting for quite some time. But I'll talk to you a bit more about why I didn't end up getting a Tesla Model X soon enough. But yeah, you may have other things like that you need in a car. You may need it to be a certain size. You may need it to have certain capacities, like towing, like if you want to take a trailer or caravan or things like that. Maybe that's something that's high on your list. So do your research. The clearer that you can get on the car that you want, when you get really specific, all the way down to like what year it was made and the color that you want, the seating configuration, and all these extra little bits and pieces, it will make the manifestation process so much more easier. So step number 1, get clear on what you want. Set those intentions, get really clear on the car that you want. It's not good enough just to say I want a new car, or even just like I want a new Tesla. Like getting really specific into the details. These are the things that really, really help. Okay, so once I got really clear on the Tesla that I wanted, and I got really clear on like all those specifications and things, I found a photo online of a Tesla Model X, and I printed it out and I put it onto my vision board. Okay, vision boards are a really fun, creative way to get yourself into the manifesting energy, and it creates a visual representation. So what I recommend to do with vision boards is, you may have like a collage of different pictures that may be like the actual things that you want to manifest, or that may be things that are symbolic of the things that you want to manifest. So I think at the time when I made this vision board with my Tesla Model X, I had a few other different things on there. There was a course I wanted to do with naturopathy, and I think I had like pictures of like lavender and different herbs and stuff on there, which was related to the naturopathy, and there was other things like that, like astrology, different things, and yeah, all sorts of different things. So it can be symbolic as well as like visually representative. You can also put words onto your vision board, so whether you just want to cut out words from like a magazine or actually like type things up and print them off or something, it's totally up to you how you make your vision board. And the other thing that's really cool with vision boards is that you can make them digitally. So you might even just use paint. Do they even still have paint these days on computers? Just like, a standard sort of program that comes with your computer. Or you can use Canva. Canva is what I use for my digital vision boards and things like that, where you can just pretty much drag and drop different images. Canva also has some really nice different templates for vision boards. So there's a few different ways that you can create vision boards, whether you want to make one digitally or like actual physically with like physical paper, totally up to you. I'm going to pop cruise control on. We're now cruising out of town. So now I can, just cruise. Okay, cool. Okay, so making a vision board is a really good way to really get into that manifestation mode and to have that visual. So once you've got your vision board, a really cool trick that I love suggesting is you take a photo of your vision board, or if it's a digital one, then maybe you, resize it so that it's the size of maybe your phone wallpaper, or somewhere else that you're going to see it, like maybe your computer wallpaper, something like that, and that way you can see it all the time. So having your vision board set as your wallpaper on your phone, every time you pick up your phone, you're going to be seeing the things that you want to manifest. You're going to be seeing your dream car. You're going to be seeing everything else that you've put onto your vision board. It's a really cool way to use your vision board, rather than just making a pretty vision board and then just tucking it away and never looking at it again. making it as a digital wallpaper ensures that your eyes are on it quite frequently. Okay, so vision boards, they can be super powerful. Okay, so other ways you can really anchor the thing that you're manifesting, your dream car, is through changing your passwords. How many times a day do you type in your password, like onto your phone, onto different websites, that sort of thing? Changing your password to something related to your dream car can be really helpful for manifesting that dream car. For a while, I had one of my passwords as a variation of Tesla Model X. In fact, I think some of my passwords still are Tesla Model X. And, you know, you change it up. Obviously, don't just use the whole word. Like, I'm not that stupid. I'm not going to tell you my password here on my podcast. Like, you put in numbers. You can put in, like, different punctuation marks and that sort of thing, so that it's, you know, a little bit tricky. You may, like, you know, replace out different letters with numbers and that sort of thing. But yeah, you can make it as your password, and that way every time you go to type in your password, you're typing in that thing that you want to manifest. And this is such a really fun way to bring the vibe of what it is that you want to manifest into your daily life, because you're constantly thinking about that thing. It's constantly coming into your mind every time you go to type in your password. And I don't know about you guys, but I feel like I'm typing in my password many times a day for all the different like websites and different things that I log into. I'm always typing my password in. So that's a really cool hack. Another thing that you can do to anchor in the vibration of that dream car that you're manifesting, and I'll tell you this one last thing before we go into like some more tangible things that you can do, is to create an affirmation. So I love affirmations. I create affirmations all the time for manifesting different things and for, you know, different things I want to do. So I had an affirmation, and it was something like, my Tesla Model X is on its way, or like my Tesla Model X is being delivered today, or like something like that. So you may have a play around with it as well. You know, find an affirmation that feels good for you, that really lights you up, that gets you into that feeling of the thing that you're manifesting, your dream car that you're manifesting is actually coming into your reality. If it really invokes that feeling, then you're on the right track. So create an affirmation like that. Stick it up on a sticky note on your mirror in your bathroom, put it on your phone. What I did was I actually popped it as a reminder on my phone, so that every day at the same time, this affirmation would pop up, and I would repeat it to myself when this affirmation would pop up. So there's that as well. That's a really cool hack as well, to get that thing that you want to manifest constantly into your mind. Okay, so we've talked a lot about like raising your vibration and like the energetics of manifesting, and you're probably thinking, well, yeah, this is cool, but like, you know, how is saying an affirmation and changing my passwords and making a vision board, how is this actually going to help me get my dream car? And that is such a great question, because yes, while these are all great things to do and they're really fun and it really gets you in the vibe, they may not be the most practical thing that's actually going to get that dream car into your life. Okay, so let's talk a bit more about the practicalities of manifesting your dream car. Okay, so action steps. I'm going to get real practical here. So some practical action steps that you can take to start manifesting your dream car into your life include, number one, taking your dream car for a test drive. So with Tesla, for example, you can go to a Tesla center, usually like in capital cities and that sort of thing, where you can take a Tesla for a test drive. Same with other cars. Like, you know, you can go to a car dealer or wherever and you can take your dream car for a test drive. So completely up to you how you go about that. That will obviously also depend on things like, you know, can you take your dream car for a test drive? Like, I mean, I get some cars you may not be able to take for a test drive. One of my other dream cars that I was manifesting for a while is a Lamborghini, and there's not too many of those just around here locally that I could potentially take for a test drive. But see what you can do. You you may be able to take your dream car for a test drive, you may not. But test driving is a really good way to really anchor that experience into your life. You actually, get in the car. You get to feel what the car feels like. So yeah, taking it for a test drive, if that is available to you, is going to really anchor that experience in and help you manifest that car really fast. And of course, what's the next logical step after you take a car for a test drive? You're usually going to buy one, right? Okay, so test driving, that's a really good way, a really good practical action step that you can take to manifest your dream car. Another thing that you can do is pay a deposit. If it's a brand new car and you have the option to just pay down a deposit to secure your car, that's a really surefire way to get that car into your life. When I was ordering my Tesla for the first time, you could pay a really kind of small deposit. It was only a couple of $100s. And yeah, they had a long waiting time. And so I was more than happy to pay that couple of $100 just to know that I had my foot in the door and that my Tesla was coming to me. But yeah, we'll talk a bit more about that story shortly after I share some more practical action steps. So some more practical action steps that you can take: test drive, pay deposit, tell people about your new car. Start telling people that you're getting this new car. When you start talking about it and you start speaking it into existence, it really cements it in your mind that this car is coming. And you will do what it takes to get this car into your life. Especially if you do a public announcement, if you say to a lot of people hey, I'm getting this new car, you think about how bad would it feel if I didn't actually follow through and get that car, right? So speaking about it publicly, telling other people about it is another really powerful way to actually manifest that dream car into your reality. The more you talk about it, the more it actually starts to begin to happen. Other practical action steps that you can take to manifest your dream car: go visit a car dealer. So, maybe you just need to go to somewhere where they actually physically sell cars. Go check out the different cars, talk to the car dealer. Maybe they don't have your exact dream car, but maybe they can order it in. Maybe they have something that's even better, that's maybe within your budget. You never know unless you just go and give it a go. So go visit a car dealer, or failing that, the other thing that you can do is start looking online. So if you'd prefer to buy your car online, then looking at places online where you can buy cars. So there's lots of different websites these days that specialize in selling cars, so you may be able to find your dream car online. But yeah, you just need to start looking for it, and you need to start talking to people about it. And you never know, sometimes you can talk to someone and they may be a broker that you might find, a finance broker that can help you secure the funds to get your dream car if that's the biggest issue. Or you might speak to someone who has different contacts within the car industry, and maybe you're able to get your dream car somehow. Talking to people about it is probably one of the biggest things that you can do to fast track your manifestation. Okay, so I'm going to pause here. I'm going to share a bit more about my own story with getting my Tesla. But first up, I want to invite you to join the portal. The portal is a 6-month group manifestation mentoring program, and we are starting on the 16th of August under the new moon in Leo. And this is going to be an epic 6 months of transforming your life and manifesting your goals. Whether it is that you want to manifest a dream car, maybe it's something else, maybe you want to boost your income, you want to manifest relationships, or whatever else it happens to be, we're going to be working on so many different things within inside the portal. It is a holistic program where we're looking at manifestation in so many different aspects. Your life is not going to be the same in 6 months' time from now when you join the portal. I can guarantee that. You will change so much. I'm going to be personally guiding you through the manifestation processes that I teach so that you can manifest whatever it is that you want to manifest. I'm really excited. I'm so excited for the people who will say yes to the portal and who will join, because the potential for transformation within this group program is phenomenal. You will come out the other side as a brand new person. So if you'd like to know more about joining the portal, make sure you go to kyrahowearth.com.au/portal. You'll also find the link in the show notes below. Okay, so we've talked all about the different steps that you can take to manifest your dream car. Now I want to share with you my own personal experience of manifesting my Tesla. Because yeah, like I said at the start of the episode, if you've been following along with the podcast and with me on social media for a while, then you would know that it's taken me quite some time to get here. And so I want to share with you exactly how I did it, how I manifested a Tesla. Okay, so it all started, and I reckon it was probably about 2 or 3 years ago when I put a picture of a Tesla up on my vision board, and I did that research about the most vegan-friendly car, and I found Tesla and all of that. So that's when I started the process, and I started, changing my passwords, creating that affirmation, and all those things I've already talked about. So I started aligning my energy with it, started telling people about it. And then after a while, I was looking on the Tesla website, quite frequently, looking at my dream car and that sort of thing. And that's when I realized that I could pay a deposit, and it wasn't going to cost me a lot of money to put down this deposit. I also put down a deposit for a Cybertruck, which is another one of Tesla's vehicles that they're still rolling out. But yeah, I put down a deposit for a Cybertruck as well as Model X. And so, yeah, I was telling people yes, my Tesla is coming. I've paid the deposit. It's coming. And I'd ordered it all to my specifications with the seating configuration that I needed for my family. It was in, the perfect color that I wanted and all that sort of thing. And I was waiting and waiting and waiting. And after, it was literally a year, I was like, come on, where's my Tesla? And I got an email from Tesla to say that they weren't actually going to be making the Model X for right-hand side drive, which is how we drive in Australia. It's the sort of vehicles that we have here in Australia. So that really put a spanner in the works. I had been manifesting this dream car literally for years, and suddenly it was out of my control, and the Tesla company, they turned around and said, hey, we're not making this anymore. So I was pretty bummed, but I didn't give up. I was like, you know what, I'm still determined to get a Tesla. I don't necessarily need to have this model. So, I compromised. So sometimes you'll come across obstacles like this, the company just isn't going to make you a car anymore, or whatever happens to me. And you can compromise. You can absolutely change your mind. You don't have to give up. So I didn't give up. I was just okay, you know what, that's cool. I'm going to look at the other models and I'm going to order something else. So I had a look at what they had in their existing inventory, and I picked out the car that I'm driving now. This is a Tesla Model 3. It's a 5-seater, and that was probably the biggest compromise that I had to make. Having such a big family, I obviously wanted to have something that I could potentially fit the whole family in. But the reality is that it's not actually all that common that the 6 of us will go in a car together. And it's a rare occurrence, and we do still have another vehicle that we can take if we do need to go on big family trips. I made a compromise, and I was like, that's fine. I'll get this car. So I placed my deposit for this car, and started the manifestation process all over again for this car. So you'd think that after waiting a few years, I would have had all my ducks in a row and that sort of thing, and I would have just been able to go, bam, here, this is the car I want, bam, here's my money. But the problem that I then faced was getting finance. I thought it'd be really easy as a self-employed person to get a car loan, and boy, I was so wrong. I went through quite a few different financial institutions to try to get a loan, and I swear it was so much easier to get a house loan when we bought our house a few years ago. It was so much easier than trying to get a loan for a car. And there were so many times when I'd get off the phone from one financial institution and I'd almost be in tears because they would not approve me. And I was like literally coming to my wit's end, and I was like, okay, it's all right, just come back to the manifestation process. So I started talking to people about this, and so I reached out to a friend, and I know that she had recently bought a car, and she was also self-employed, and she actually gave me details for a broker, and it was just so easy from there. So moral of the story is sometimes it's not what you know, but it's who you know. Talk to people about the things that you're trying to manifest. Talk to people about the obstacles that you're facing, because you never know who might know someone who could help you. You just never know these sorts of things unless you start talking about it. So yeah, manifestation process, got the financials sorted, and then it was just really a matter of the waiting game. So even though Tesla said that it was in their existing inventory, I didn't realize at the time that when they say they've got a car in their existing inventory, that it just maybe means that it's a car that's pre-made that maybe someone has ordered, but then they've cancelled their order. So it was still on the ship coming from wherever it was made, coming to Australia. So I had to wait. And then once it got to the delivery centre, I then had to wait for it to get on a truck and then come to me out here, kind of like, out in rural Australia. And so then there was just a few delays with that sort of thing. But eventually I got it. And yeah, there we go. Happy ending. I got my car. That's pretty much the end of my story. So yeah, I hope that this was helpful for you. I guess the key lessons I want to share with you here are, don't give up. Get really clear on what it is that you want. That's the top thing. If you want to manifest a dream car, get really clear on what that dream car actually is. Do your research. How much money does it cost? What are the different specifications that you're looking for in a car, and all that sort of thing. And once you're really clear on that, start getting organized. If you need to organize a car loan, the finances, that sort of thing, start doing all that work well in advance so that you don't end up getting stuck with the car's approaching delivery date and you're panicking about the finances still. And just do your research. These days you can join so many different Facebook groups for different car owners. I wish I had have known about some of these groups months ago when I was getting into this whole journey, because as a Tesla owner, it's a whole new world, really. So utilizing different groups can really help you along the journey. I'm sure that there's other groups for different car makes and models depending on what it is that you want to manifest. So yeah, get support from other people who have been along the journey already. And yeah, finally, just don't give up. Don't give up on your dreams. Don't give up on what it is that you want to manifest. You'll get there. So don't forget that if you are looking for some support for manifesting your dream car or any other goal that you have that you really want to manifest by the end of 2023 into 2024, then yeah, the portal is for you. You can join the portal through kyrahowearth.com.au/portal. You'll find all the information that you need there. We start soon, but if you're listening to this in the future and you want to join, just send me through a message, because I may have something else available that you can join to help support you manifest your dreams and your goals. So thanks so much for tuning in to the Moon Manifesting podcast today. I really hope that this episode was helpful and inspiring. Stay magical, stay manifesting, and stay tuned. I'll speak with you soon. Bye.
Thank you for listening to the Moon Manifesting podcast. If you're wanting more moon magic, check out my book, Moon Manifesting. Download your free Moon Manifesting calendar or connect with me on social media. You can do all of that at kyrahowearth.com.au. Stay magical, stay manifesting, and stay tuned. I'll speak with you in the next episode.